So we got our 9mm, our 40 cal, but what we're gonna do is our first shot is gonna be this version of the Federal Tactical 165 grain 40 cal. Then this would be an older version of the 165 grain Federal law enforcement 40 cal. And then we've got our 9mm law enforcement Speer Gold Dot 147 grain. And I thought I had some other 9mm. I don't, so that's all we're gonna do on 9. Go on. All right, so this was the more modern version, same brand, same. This one was the little bit older. And by modern, I mean the one that I shot over on this side probably would have been like 9 years old, and this one's like 12 years old. And then I don't know if it's because shooting it again, but it's not quite like the 44 mag, but that thing is bulged that out pretty decent. This side was the same. Okay, I opened it up. I actually got this one right there. It was just rolling around, so it, oh no, look at that. Okay, so this one hit over here, then just rolled over there at some point. So you see it cut that fabric hole out real nicely, wedged that into the Kevlar, scraped it up. I mean, it might have left a mark that is reminiscent of those 38s, but it hit way harder. So don't let that fool you. This one's embedded in. I didn't have to pull too hard to get that one out. This older one has a bigger hollow point, so it expands a lot faster. That's where I would expect that to be. This one had a smaller one. It expanded decent. Both of them imparted what appeared to be a very similar power. So this one with that big wide hollow point, I would attribute to expansion. And then this one with that little teeny hollow point, you know, a lot more reinforced. Why did it expand as much? But and both, like once again, both hit hard. This one did the same thing, and I think, you know, it really messed up that first layer pretty good, but didn't penetrate that first layer. All right, now let's do the 9mm. Now the slow motion camera died for a little bit of depth perception. Right here is my feet. I put my feet there to keep things scientifical. 5 paces, so you got about 15 meters. And the slow-mo didn't capture this, but look, you want to argue about 40 versus 9. I'm going to tell you right now, they're both highly effective rounds, okay? But that was what happened after the 9 hit the vest. Right there is what happens after the 40 hits the vest. We're going to do this one more time because I do want to get it on slow-mo. But once again, you got the 9. So then I haven't touched this. You look, there is deformation, and that's going to hurt, but it wasn't anywhere where it wasn't really what the 40 was. Let's do this one more time. It's just not as powerful as 40. All right, okay. Now, right there, we got it hit the bottom end, and once again, it's just not as much damage. Now, it's on the end, it's kind of near the bottom edge. It still caught the bullet. Right there. And the same type of damage you'd expect that we saw from the 40, where it kind of cuts up that first layer. maybe a little into the second. It's hitting hard, mushrooming out, pretty nice, expanding out. It's not really mushrooming. Well, it is, but it's more being squishing, squishing out, pretty good. Now, all right, now the other one, right here, okay, so that one went in there, didn't really expand much, but it did, yeah, it cut through, it penetrated multiple layers. It actually cut through three layers of that. Let's shoot it one more time. It's not that it's not imparting damage, okay, it is. And you're gonna leave bruised, possibly broken ribs. On this bigger hollow point style, we recovered this at 164.1, and the other one we also recovered at 164.1. This is what it started as, so that nice thick wall right there did reduce expansion, and I think in tests we found that we got a little bit better penetration because it doesn't get as wide, so a little bit less resistance. And I haven't done tests to see if this clogs less easily than this or what happens, but I did have to dig crap out of this one, and I can't dig crap out of this one. So maybe that picked up about half a grain or something. This one went to 13.4, this was 16.3 millimeters. And so there you get that. So there you have that on that 40. And then on this 40, that's where we're at there. It's just really just variations on how they create that hollow point, and there's pros and cons of both. I don't know what that really means in the real world, but anyway, either way, don't want to get hit by those. And then if you notice, when we come down to the 9 millimeters, just notice, and we got 13.4 to 16.3. So when we come down to the 9 millimeters, these are all the same bullet. I just kept shooting at the box. So retained, we got 146.9, 146.8, 146.2, and 147.2. This grabbed a bunch of crap. And these hollow points also do have crap in them as well. So these aren't precise. They did pick up a little bit, but they're close enough, right? It's good enough for cows, if you ask me. This one, 11.6 millimeters, 14.3 millimeters, 11.7 millimeters, and 15.3 millimeters. When I shot these again, part of that was because I didn't get the slow-mo because the battery died, but then the second part of that was that it just really didn't do that much damage. So I wanted to shoot some more to see if it would impart damage onto that box. And as we saw before, but where the 9 hit, let's see if we can, and that's double cardboard. I'll give them that. So where that 9 hit after I tear the box apart, it did break the box, and we got a little bit of tearage on the plastic bag, but not much. Now over here, we aren't necessarily double layered. We really just didn't get much damage to these boxes on the inside. Now that's after being hit 4 times. So on these toasted wheat fulls where the 40 hit, it actually tore into the box. Okay, it broke the seal of the plastic on there. I will agree that caliber and imparted energy do not make up for poor marksmanship. But at some point, you still need to have the power. And I strongly feel that the 40 really is a better round for policing. Unless you're the IRS, and then you really shouldn't have guns or bullets. Stick to the accounting offices, boys.